Hey guys, and welcome to another Modern Warfare video by myself, JSpice23, and this is going to be my top 5 class setups for this game. To start off, we're going to go with the Kilo 141 with the Merc 4 grip, 60 round mags, no stock. The reflex doesn't really matter, it's sort of your preference, but my preference would be the GI mini reflex. And the Singard arms 16.6 inch, because it's the same as the 19.8 inch, but you have more movement speed, so you know it sort of makes sense. And for secondary, I run obviously the Desert Eagle or the 50 GS, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people run overkill in their classes. I don't really like to run overkill unless I've got a sniper, just for the simple fact that EOD is so strong this year, just for the fact that I was getting fed up and getting killed by claymores and grenades, and it was just a pain. So, and to be fair, if you're a good enough player, you don't need to run overkill with a shotgun, because if you need to run overkill with a shotgun, then you need to get better at the game, in my opinion. I also run hardline and battle hardened. Sometimes I run ghost, but I don't know, I just feel like until the mini-map gets changed back to its normal ways at the end of this month, at the end of November, then I don't feel like ghost is that good of a perk. It still works, don't get me wrong, it's still good, but I like to run hardline. If I'm playing search and destroy, obviously I'll always run high alert, so it'll be hardline or high alert. And battle hardened would be the only one I would run in this setup, obviously, unless you've got overkill once again, which maybe you can run amped. But your lethal tactical is sort of, you can just have what you want, doesn't really matter. But I'm enjoying the Molotov at the minute and a stim. I didn't really like the stim at first. I always run a flash grenade, but stim saves me in a lot of times. So anyway, moving on, we've got the P90. A lot of people will not agree with me with this one, but I really like the P90. I think it's ridiculously good. And the attachments I'm running on this would be the Forge Tac Retribution, with the rubberized grip tape, stipple grip tape, sleight of hand and fly strap. I don't like an optic. If you want an optic, maybe you can take off sleight of hand, but I feel like sleight of hand saves me a lot of the time, so because I try not to switch to my secondary, just because the P90 is that strong. As you can see, I've got it in Blue Tiger. I've nearly got it gold. I'm just working on it, reload kills, you know. I'm nearly there. So I've played quite a lot with this gun. I've got quite a few kills with it. So once again, we've got the Desert Eagle as a secondary, EOD hardline, battle hardened. This time I've got C4 and stim. C4 is really good this game as well. Even when people have EOD, you chuck a C4 over, you hit them, you push them, done, they're dead, they're gone. And the third, now a lot of people are thinking, Jay, where's the M4? Where's the M4 at? Well, the M4 will make it here, but I'm going to make it as we go. But the third, I'm going to go with the Odin, because it's a 2-bullet kill at ridiculous ranges. And if you can hit them 2 bullets, it doesn't matter where you are on the map, if you hit them 2 bullets, they're dead. Unless you're playing ground war or you're across Ethel's Bridge and you're trying to map people with it, then obviously it won't be a 2-hit, and someone will probably snipe them before you get there. But with the Odin, I haven't really unlocked many attachments with it so far, but at the minute this is what I am shredding with. And I've got the Odin Factory 810mm, you've got the 1mW laser, the reflex, obviously choose your own, stipple grip tape and 25 round mags. I think when I get this to a high level, I will be taking off the stipple grip tape and I'll be putting on the Merc 4 grip, just to help that recoil just a little bit more. The third class we're going to go for, as everyone's asking for, the M4A1 with gold camo, which is always nice. But we're going to go for, I like the first reflex. I like the mini reflex. I like the stock M16 Grenadier for two reasons. The Corvus Custom Marksman is it's good. It's pretty much the same sort of thing. It just does a tiny little bit more, but not noticeably. So I put on the stock M16 Grenadier just because, in my opinion, it looks better and it shows the gold better. So my underbarrel, I will go for this. It's a mix between two. You either have the Merc foregrip or the Operator foregrip. It doesn't really matter, but I normally go for the Operator foregrip just because it helps with that recoil at range quite a little bit. Once again, stipple grip tape, and the ammunition. See, I have been trying these 10 round mags, but no, if it was 20 round then maybe, but usually I'd probably run the 50 or 60 round mags. But for the sake of aiming stability and keeping your gun under control and being able to outgun people at range, at short ranges, all these MP5s, SMGs, then it will be the no stock. That is what I will be running on it. And obviously the GS50 as my secondary once again, EOD hardline, and I've got shrapnel on this class, which obviously will be changing to battle hardened. I like to have a C4 and stim once again, and they're the 4 class setups that I like to use quite often. The Odin I've sort of just gotten into. If I wasn't using the Odin, then it would probably be the AK-47, I would have thought. And in the last class, you all guessed it, it's the most overpowered gun other than the M4, and it will be the MP5. With, you have to have the 10mm auto 30 round mags. Don't bother using this gun unless you have that, and if you haven't got it unlocked, you better start using it to get there, because it is worth it. 1,000,000% it is. In the second one, I'm going to go for the Operator foregrip with a stipple grip tape once again, and I'm going to have this suppressor here because it adds quite a lot to it. Sound suppression, no visible traces, aimed at sight speed, and no enemy skulls, and the only con is bullet velocity, and in my opinion bullet velocity does absolutely nothing. So we're going to run with M4, and in the stock we're going to have the close quarter stock just to help that recoil a little bit more. The thing with the MP5s, you don't really need to have much recoil control on it, just for the simple fact that it's got a quite easy bounce pattern to remember. All you've got to do is just, if you just pull against the recoil, because the bounce pattern on the MP5 is it just bounces up and then the slightest bit to the right, but it sort of shakes and bounces up. But you can't stop the shaking, but all you can do is you can pull down on your right analog stick to, as you're shooting, to fight against that bounce as it's bouncing up. Unless you just want to let it fly, it'll bounce up, you'll probably get a headshot. That's how I shred with it. But I do like to pull against it to keep to that stomach to high chest range, so I'm making sure I'm not missing any bullets, because when it bounces up to your head, obviously you can miss quite a lot of bullets. And I'm going to have an honourable mention actually here. This is going to be the AUG. Now, I see a few people using the AUG, but I don't see nearly as many as what I was expecting. So when I played the beta, the AUG was the gun. The MP5 was in the beta, but the AUG was just the one to go to. Obviously it's the full game now, it's different, but it's still strong. It still feels really good. And people are probably sitting there thinking, well, why has he not got the MP7? I don't like the MP7. I think the MP7 is... It's not that good. Don't get me wrong, look, I've got it as a level 33. I've used it quite a lot, just as much as the AUG. And in my opinion, the AUG is better. And the attachments I run is the GR Mini Reflex. Obviously, you don't have to run that. If you don't want to run the optic, I'd probably run the rubberized grip tape. But in my opinion, you don't really need it. I'm going to go with the 407mm extended barrel, which is probably going to be the same for both of these. There's not going to be much difference, I don't think. And with the Merc foregrip and the 5.56 NATO 30 round mags. Now, with this attachment, with this ammunition attachment, it makes it feel like it's an assault rifle. So if you're having this on, you've got to change your playstyle just slightly, because it's still deadly up close, but it's nowhere near as deadly up close as when it's using the 9mm. But the AUG, we all thought when we heard the AUG, oh, it's going to be an assault rifle, because we all remember the AUG bar from Modern Warfare 2, and the AUG, you know, even the AUG in Fortnite, that's a free burst, and that's an AR. But this is, it's a good SMG to use, but as I say, you can make it into an assault rifle, which I prefer to have it like that, because it does feel like an assault rifle. So that's what I'm going to run on it. And obviously I'd have the GKS as a secondary if I was running the AUG, and obviously EOD, hardline or high alert depending on the game mode, and battle hardened only. A lot of people use tracker, but I don't know, I feel like tracker's a wasted perk because I don't know, I just feel like you see some footprints and then all of a sudden you've ignored exactly what it is you're doing, where you're trying to push, and you just follow these footsteps, and a lot of the time that's a bad move, especially in search and destroy. Obviously I'm probably gonna run a Molotov with this and a stim once again. So thank you guys for watching. That will be my top 5 or top 6 class setups in Modern Warfare. If you're interested in field upgrades, search and destroy, dead silence, respawn, stopping power rounds, ground war, tactical insertion and munitions box, and I don't bother with any of the others. Every game mode's the same. Search and destroy, respawn, ground war, doesn't matter. I'll always run UAV, VTOL, support helo. Sometimes I change a support helo to a gunship or a chopper gunner, or maybe an advanced UAV if I'm trying to go for a nuke. But other than that, that's all covered. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.